My name's Dart and welcome to my Clan Wars Defensive Bible. In this video I'm going to share with you everything I know about how to stop 3-star attacks on your war bases. Now if you're just looking for a brand new anti-3-star war base and you don't care about why it works or how it works, I've created a speed build of my own war base and that link is on the screen now, so click that and enjoy. But if you'd like to see some replays of the base in action and understand how it works and how to apply these techniques to your own war bases, then please stick with me. The second thing I have to say is this is a disclaimer. I am only talking about anti-3-star Town Hall 9 war bases. Basically because, as far as I'm concerned, there's no such thing as an anti-2-star Town Hall 9 war base. If you try and defend the Town Hall and the 50%, you are going to be making your base weaker to 3-star attacks, and when you run into a good clan, you will be 3-starred. So please don't use my design or my tips and come back to me and say, "Oh, Dart, I got 2-starred, why did you do this, I hate you," because that isn't the purpose of this video. And of course, if you're able to 3-star and they can't 3-star you back, then you end up with logs which look like this. So that's pretty cool, right? Okay, so let's jump straight into a replay. Now the most common kind of Town Hall 9 3-star attempt is GoLaLoon, and that is also the most common attack on my base, which is cool because that is what I designed it to stop. So this base has been hit dozens of times by GoLaLoon and it's never been 3-starred. The reason for that is because most people will attack with golems down here and lava hounds up here. Why do they do that? Well, because they're trying to get away from the sweeper. Now, when the sweeper went in, a lot of people realised it's actually pretty weak. You can attack straight into a sweeper. I mean, it's not ideal, but you can do it. So that isn't the best way to use it. The best way to use a sweeper isn't as a defence, it's as a deterrent. Now, if you look at this base, normally you'd look at it and you think, right, I've got 2 air defences and the queen here and the sweeper there. So I definitely want to use the golems from the south and the hounds from the north. But if we watch the replay, that isn't actually the best thing to do against this base. So first he's going to drop his 2 golems and their jump spell so that they can get into the core. Now the thing that you want to do when you're designing your base to stop GoLaLoon is trick them. You need to make the base harder to get to the queen than it looks. So on this base you can see there's all of the high hit point buildings down there, all the storages, the town hall and everything, which is all going to distract his queen. So in go the golems, they're heading straight for the air defense, but out come 4 balloons. Now this is an anti-golem clan castle, so they drop bombs on the golems and the king. They kill the golems and the king immediately, and at that point the queen has nothing else to guard her. So she starts getting laid into by all the point defences down there. He drops her cloak, but well, it's too late because the balloons have seen her and they're coming over. And that leads to my favourite moment in any attack. This is the panic moment. This pause is when he's tearing his hair out trying to work out what to do. And that means the defence is winning, basically. So he ends up deciding he's going to use 2 hounds on the air defence nearest the queen. But of course that means he's going to go straight into the sweeper, which isn't what he wanted to do. And he drops a hound in up the top, but, wait for it, out come 2 seeking air mines. And that hound doesn't last very long at all. So now he's got no hounds left at all. He drops in a couple of balloons up here which get distracted by that Tesla, and then they get killed by those bombs. So his last 2 balloons go in vain, really, in the pursuit of killing that Tesla. And that's it. That's the end of his attack. So he goes all out to get 50%, but the queen's still alive, and he's not going to get the town hall, so that's 1 star, my friend. Now let's have a look at the base from our perspective. Let's see it from the defensive side to see what, if he'd seen, would have made him change his mind about attacking that way. So, as I said, he's trying to get away from the sweeper. He doesn't want to attack straight into the sweeper. So what that means is he's going to go from the south. But if we have a look at it, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 storages down here and the town hall. That is so much HP that the queen has to wade through that she's just not going to be able to tee off on my queen effectively. We've also got a lot all point defences, which are defending down there. Now up the top, you'll see if you look at the base now with all the traps and everything, on the north side of the base, there's relatively little in terms of high hit point buildings or even point defences, because they just don't need to be there, because I know that he's not going to attack from that side with a GoLava. So down here in the south we also have the ground expo, which again would be a clue that I'm expecting you to attack with golems, but still people try and do it. And they can't see this, but the ground skeleton trap, that's down there to distract the heroes, to make their job a bit more difficult as well. Now up the top, what we know is if we're going to get the golems down the south, then we can just plan, as far as we're concerned, we can just plan that the air is going to come in from the top. So we've got all 4 seeking air mines guarding those 2 air defences. We've also got an expo facing up, and all 4 bombs are on this Tesla. So when he drops in his balloons, they're up there to make sure that they're not going to be near the air defences. So the bombs won't get triggered by the lava hounds, they'll get triggered on the balloons. So let's have a look at a second attempt at a GoLava attack. See if this guy can crack it. There we go. Now he again he attacks from the south, because it's obvious, right? That's where you should attack from. So in goes 2 golems. Now the external Tesla, I love external Teslas because they make luring so difficult. It triggers and it reroutes his golem, which is great. The king then starts laying into the golem. In comes his queen. He finally manages to get this wall open, and what's left of his golems trundle inside. He drops down his king and a jump, but out comes my 4 balloons, and he again tries to lightning them. Still not going to work, and there goes the king. That's the power of the 4 balloons in the CC. So long as you can't lure it, it's really, really strong. And he just about manages to kill my queen, but doesn't get any of the air defences down, and he's only got 3 hounds. So this is his panic moment. He decides he's going to go straight for the air defences by the town hall, I suppose because he was thinking, if I don't manage to get the whole base, then I can get 2 stars. But as we know, that's a loser's mentality, right? 3-star or bust, huh? So out come my air skeletons. He's got 1 hound coming in at the top, but we know what's going to happen to him because we planned for him. Bang. And now he's got no hounds left, and his balloons are going down to the 3 living air defences. Also, the wizard towers are starting to tee off on them. Now this is something that's really, really important. I see so many anti-3-star bases with wizard towers on the perimeter. Wizard towers are the most effective turrets in the base. They're so much better than stuff like expos. An expo does exactly the same DPS as an archer tower. No idea why people always put them in the core thinking that they're the best thing ever. If a wizard tower can hit 10 hogs at once, it can do 400 DPS. If you can get all 4 of your wizard towers in and around the core, able to tee off on large groups of enemies, they're easily the best defensive turrets you have in the game. So yeah, this guy gets the 2nd star with his remaining pups, and then moves on. So now, let's have a look at a different kind of attack. Let's have a look at a quad lava. Quad lava or pentalava is a proliferation of lava hounds and a gaggle of balloons. So where is he? This guy does one. So the key at defending these kinds of attacks is making sure that you can't be lured. So if they can't lure your clan castle and they can't get to your queen, they're in huge, huge trouble. So here, he drops in 3 hogs rather, and the external Tesla pops and rearranges them. So he ends up with 2 on the archer tower and 1 on the Tesla. So nothing dies, doesn't get the lure. This is his panic moment. This is quite a long one actually. He's trying to figure out how to get the lure, but I could have told him if he'd asked that it's very, very expensive on this base. I mean, really expensive, like prohibitively expensive. If you go all out for a lure, you'll probably end up failing because you just run out of troops. Because here, if you see, he drops in 3 more balloons, and then they go sideways, so he wouldn't have even got the lure anyway, because they were going to go to the Teslas. So he just goes, sod it, and decides he's going to throw in all of his hounds anyway, which, as any experienced larvalooner will tell you, isn't usually the best plan. So out comes the CC. The queen is still up, and she gets involved as well. The first hound goes down to the seeking air mine. The seeking air mine and the air defense on the other side actually are hitting different hounds. So rather than killing one outright, they just cripple both. But all of his hounds go down pretty quickly, and he's left with a lot of balloons and nothing to guard them. So again, the wizard towers are doing work. Good old wizard towers. The queen is still untouched. It was never going to be a 3-star, so he ends up putting in his 2 heroes near the town hall. I think just shooting for the 50% in the town hall. Basically, he decided he wanted to try and salvage a 2-star. So he ends up getting in, and out come the balloons. They spot the queen, and really annoyingly for him, he ends up on 48%, which must have been frustrating. So that's how it does against lava hound strategies. So go lava and quad lava. Well, what does it do with hogs? Well, we already know that it's very difficult to lure this base. So if you can't lure it, then hogs are going to be tough. But you can still use strategies like a surgical attack. That'll still work. And well, different kinds of hog deployments, I suppose. A wave, maybe. It's tough if you can't lure, but we need other things to stop hog attacks. So double giant bombs are crucial, and the pathing for double giant bombs is really, 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 really important. So on this base we have 2 sets of double giant bombs, and the pathing is such that they will have to run over them at some point. Also, as I said, if you can't get to the queen, and on this base you can't get to the queen, hog attacks are, well, you're really going to struggle. I've never ever managed to get a 3-star with a hog attack where I couldn't kill the queen. If the queen is still alive when all the hogs go in, then you're in trouble. So out come the balloons again. They get work going. His golems have split, unfortunately for him. His king is going down now to the queen. At this point, things aren't looking great. You'll notice this was actually a Town Hall 10 attack, but he didn't really attack like he was at Town Hall 10. In come all of the hogs together, and watch how much damage this wizard tower does. Look, hitting all of them together. He absolutely has to use a heal spell right there. And then you know what's coming. Here comes the bacon. Boom. And that was the end of that. Okay, so that's my anti-3-star base. I'm not going to pretend it's the best base in the world. I'm sure there are better ones out there, and I'm sure you guys can come up with better ones using these tactics. But I really hope you liked the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. The more thumbs up and shares it gets, the more likely I am to make more videos. If you like it, share it with your clan mates. Go out, build really strong defences. Come back, let me know what they look like. Please leave me some comments and tell me what you think. And until the next time, guys, happy clashing.